Oh my goodness, I am absolutely loving the view at night. Welcome back to Bridgerton. This is gonna be awesome. So let's just kind of take a look around here at night and just kind of see what this city looks like. And we got the old part of town where Ack Township started, and you can kind of tell because the lights have they're not LEDs. I don't remember what they're called, but they're not LEDs. So kind of feels like an old part of town. And same with the college, kind of feels like an old part of town, even though that's one of the newest places we built. But still, it feels like an old part of town. And we got Raid Kitty Commons, and it feels brand new. And we also got the airport over here, which isn't as lit up as I probably should have it, but I think it'll be okay. I did get an awesome suggestion last time to add some food into this little plaza here, and so that's what I did, as well as some lighting. And then while I was on the lighting grind, I threw in some floodlights to light up the abutments, and then I threw some on the piers to light them up, and I think it looks really, really awesome. I know nighttime is definitely one of those areas where a lot of people neglect, and I myself am guilty of doing that as well. So I wanted to make sure I spent some time and really got into the nighttime aspect just to kind of see what it looks like. A nice lit up parking lot here for the aquatic center. We're starting to get some high rises in here too. Right along the riverfront. Oh, that is so beautiful. And the college just looks phenomenal. And it looks like it's pretty well lit up, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But yeah, this is looking great. I'm in love with this city. So, I guess I want to start expanding kind of in this area. Because I would like to fill in around before I work on the downtown section. And that's kind of what my goal is I'll eventually get to downtown. What is this over here? I just noticed this. Wow. That is blue. Well, that looks pretty cool too. But yeah, I want to fill in around here. And then when I finally have it all filled in, then I'll start working on the downtown section. And I think the downtown section is going to take the longest amount of time. Because I want to put in the most amount of detailing into that section there. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, we should start on this section right here. So before we get into this area, we gotta of course name it after our good buddy Dedubs, and this area is called Dedubs Landing. Go check out Dedubs if you haven't done so already. But this is kind of the area I have marked out for him. It's a pretty large area. I'm not sure if we're going to get all of it filled out today, but we'll give it our best shot. So I noticed there's a few challenges with this area from the get-go. One, we have a very, very nice interchange here. And that makes it more difficult to have highway connections in this area. In fact, I don't think there's going to be any highway connections. This is all going to be a local network. So we have a few connections over to Shuka State College and Shukaboa Bottoms. And then we'll have a connection over to downtown Valley Lad. But other than that, there's not much else we can do. So I think the first thing I want to do is get a road layout set up. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge because we have a railroad here. And this railroad is sitting up above most everything. And I think the only way I'll be able to efficiently pass by this railroad is to go under it. And that can be done. It's just going to be a little bit of work to actually get this set up. So we're going to have it to ground. And I think if we just drop it maybe 4 meters underneath, we might be okay here. So we'll start right here and we'll try to get over here. We're going to have to turn on anarchy. Just how it goes. And looking at that, that might be okay. So then we'll take our rail and we will bridge that section there. Perfect. So that's exactly what we wanted. That looks like there's enough clearance. I must have anarchy on or something. I do have prop anarchy on. Alright. We better turn that off before we get into trouble with that. And there we go. So I think we have our main connection through. We want to line up the railroad so it's the shortest span as possible without doing any of that stupid glitching. There we go. That should be about as close as I can get it. I'll add in the abutments at some other time. And then we can take the surface painter and remove this section here. And there we go. That's our main connection point. And that's going to be about the only one we got. We have a few smaller ones here. And we can do some like grade separated crossings. But there's not enough space in between here to do an interchange. There's not enough space in between here to do an interchange. There's a toll booth over here, which I might get rid of eventually. But our nearest interchange would probably have to be over here somewhere. And even then, that's a little close. So we'd have to like... There's a certain way we'll have to do it, and I'm not sure how that is. Or we'd have to put one over here. And for now, we're just going to do local connections, and we'll call it good there. So let me get a road layout set up, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so here is part of our road layout. As you can see, I decided to mark this area out for a zoo. And I think that's going to be a really, really tight fit for one, but it'll be really interesting to try to squeeze one in there. See how much detailing I can do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this episode. We'll see. We'll see how much time I have. But basically, the gist is we got our road coming through here. And this is just a grade separated crossing. So is this one. There's not going to be a single interchange here. It's way too close to this. And we also have a grade separated crossing here. So this is all on the local road network, which is really cool. Then we cross the river here. And I'm planning this down here to be our interchange. So that's probably spaced out far enough to where it won't be an issue. And that's kind of the plan here. And then we got just a little bit of a layout over here. And that's how we're going to start laying it out. We still got this whole south side down here. But we'll get to that when we get there. This might be a two-parter. Dedubs Landing, you might have two parts to this. So we're going to kind of fill in this space and see where we end up. And there we go. The city is expanding. It's growing. We're getting a lot of people. We are sitting pretty close to 20,000 people. That's pretty awesome. So now we got this all set up. I'm pretty satisfied with that. We'll definitely work on the Peace Garden Zoo next episode. There is one thing I want to do in this one, and that is build the interchange right over here. I did end up getting rid of this toll road because I just was not a fan of it. So this interchange is going to be a little complicated, in my opinion. And I don't even know how I want to do this, but we're going to figure it out. Okay, that was a lot more complicated than I intended it to be. And this is what I ended up with. I feel like I could have just gone with a standard diamond interchange, but here we are. This is what we ended up with. I'm not so sure, but we're going to go with it. And this took me a lot longer than I intended. So we're also going to have to end it here. So Dedubs, let me know if you like your portion so far. If you have any suggestions for what you want to name the zoo, or maybe you even like the Peace Garden Zoo name, let me know. And if you have any other suggestions for your part of the city, I would love to hear them. If you enjoyed, I'd greatly appreciate you leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.